I'm Vanessa Russo, Team PokerStars Pro and GoDaddy Girl, and welcome to my hot tips for winning poker. Tip number 2, manage your chips. Winning a poker tournament is not about winning the most pots. It's not about winning the biggest pot. It's not about making the best bluff. It's not about making the coolest move. Winning a poker tournament is merely about survival. So how do you survive? Well, it comes down to managing your chip stack. I like to think of my chip stack, or my chips, as my kids. In other words, you want to protect your chips just like you'd protect your own kids. Making moves at the poker table is a luxury that's only afforded to the big stacks. So, we've already learned about M, let's apply M to managing your chip stack. I like to start with a short stack. If your M is below 10 and you're a short stack, that means you're really limited in the hands you can play before the flop. So part of managing a short stack is in being very selective about the hands you choose to play in the first place. Generally, you want to try to be first in the pot, and/or you want to try to have a really good hand. How do I define a good hand? Well, for a short stack, a pair like 8s or better, ace king or ace queen, is pretty much good enough to get all in most situations for me. The next thing you want to do is figure out what to do if you have an M of between 10 and 30. This is the place you'll find yourself most often during a poker tournament. At this stage, you can play, most pairs, ace king, ace queen, king queen, king jack, 2 high cards. You can also play suited connectors in certain situations, but you don't want to get any more experimental than that. The reason is that your chip stack isn't quite big enough to absorb the fluctuations that are required to play the riskier hands like the one-gappers or the unsuited connectors or the suited aces. You really want to wait until you have an M bigger than 30 to try playing the more experimental hands. So when you're a big stack, you can afford to make moves with hands that are a little more variable than ace king, for instance, like 7-9 suited. That's a hand that you can play when you're a big stack.